So last night I was able to witness probably the greatest influencer fighting event of all time.
This guy might get killed if he doesn't get his hand off me. These are incredibly... Seriously, get the fuck off me. These are incredibly...
This event had Charles Du Bronx Oliveira smiling ear to ear the entire time.
This is Charles Oliveira sitting kidside filming this on his phone.
Somebody put Jake Paul on alert.
And we're so bad but so good at the same time that it had this guy going from saying this...
And if we do this again, and I don't know if we should...
to saying this immediately after the last fight.
But you know, in the end, it actually was oddly inspiring, and I hope we do it again.
We were able to get a little bit of everything. There were knockouts. There were funny moments.
We apologize for the confusion here. If it is ruled a no contest by the Fight Commission, then there is no winner.
Why is he
Was
celebrating?
caused by an accidental, illegal move.
There was non-stop back and forth action.
Never seen such ferocious fighting. It's like Tyson in his
Facial
prime.
expressions.
This is incredible.
13
That's
seconds left.
It had the fans even chanting uno mas for more and more rounds for these guys to constantly keep fighting.
They say uno mas?
Yeah, I think so. Uno mas. You gotta go uno mas.
In my eyes, it was probably the greatest influencer fighting event of all time. So let's talk about it a little bit, since I know a lot of you may not have been able to witness greatness that went down last night. So the first fight of the night was Crypto Grady versus Grimace. And I realized quickly, this is actually a crypto influencer event. I didn't even know that was a thing, crypto influencers. But anyways, these guys get in there and immediately you can tell these guys have absolutely zero experience. These are like two guys that you would have taken from a bar and thrown in a ring somewhere and they would have just fought. But here's the funny thing about this, because I think they had the perfect crowd, because over there in Mexico, the Mexicans watching this, they absolutely loved it, and so did I. Just something is just absolutely hilariously entertaining about two guys fighting that you can clearly tell have no idea how to fight. We were able to get a couple knockdowns. We were even able to see some blood. Grimace came out a lot better, had a lot more stamina, throwing a lot more, was landing a lot more. But the technique of these guys is what made this fight absolutely hilarious to watch. So this next fight is where things take a little bit turn, and this gets absolutely hilarious and turns into a circus. On the broadcast, they had some crypto guy that I guess is the head of all of this IFC, and he's the one that put these fights together and says no one knows who the hell these guys are. He's kind of, you know, trying to explain who these guys are, which ones have experience, which ones are good, and he was hyping up this NFT kid guy like he was going to be the next big thing. And he gets poked in the eye. Oh, wait a second, here's where things take a turn and get absolutely hilarious. Due to this fight being ended due to an eye poke, it was supposed to be a no contest, and everyone on the broadcast is saying, all right, it's a no contest, you know, it is what it is.
It's going to be a no contest.
Just wait till they raise your hand before you do backflips.
We go to the official decision, and the announcer says this.
Bro, that guy's missing an eyeball. NFT kid lost the eye worse than Jeff Wittick.
Yeah.
This is
out of the right corner. Adam.
Oh.
The fighting chiefs
What?
Well, I got sent the message it was going to be a no contest. What?
No, but if it's no contest,
If it's
there's
a no contest, there's no winner, so...
There's no...
Oh.
What's he...
The referee...
Do you win or not?
Awesome, what's going on?
So he gave the guy the win, but also said it was a no contest. So this guy is going crazy. He's cheering, he's yelling, he's giving a little motivational speech to the camera. It was absolutely hilarious, and I loved this moment.
He stabbed somebody in the eye, and now he's celebrating. Well, you know, it makes sense, actually.
But this next fight is where I believe they captured the audience and captured the fans and made the fans really want to tune in to these influencers fight. So again, you know, the guy on the broadcast, he's kind of hyping up the fight. Apparently Dreamer is an actual black belt in Taekwondo or karate or something. But for some reason, he has never sparred or fought ever in his life, which is weird because me personally, I also have a black belt in Taekwondo. At a certain belt, you have to spar to progress and get the higher belts. So I don't know where or how he got that black belt without having to spar a single time. Phil Russell was immediately catching Dreamer with big shots, and then this happened.
Hard girls, this whole event.
Big left hand from Phil Russell! The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu man has knocked Dreamer unconscious!
By far the biggest knockout of the night, and that's coming from an underdog. People only gave 31% chance to win this fight. So after that last one, you know, I was getting worried like maybe the next one will be a stinker, but the next one was just as awesome. It was Crypto Crow or Jason Appleton taking on Moon Daddy. So in the hype up for this one, they were talking about how Moon Daddy is a former NFL athlete or something like that, and he's 6'5", but he looks absolutely tiny up in front of a 7-foot Crypto Crow. This guy's 7 feet tall. So I'm like, holy shit, how does a 7-footer, what is a 7-footer gonna look like in there? This fight also ends in spectacular fashion. We move on to the final fight in the main event of the evening. We got Ben Armstrong, who I think that is the Bitboy Crypto. I saw a lot of people talking about him in chat, you know, saying they were very excited to watch him fight, and he took on More Light. And surprisingly, this fight was totally unlike the others. This was an absolute back and forth war. Bitboy Crypto was getting rocked the entire first round, gets dropped. More Light continues to beat on him and clearly takes that first round. We go into round 2. More Light is now beginning to fade. He's getting more and more tired. This is where Bitboy Crypto starts to take over, lands some big shots, and starts making a comeback. He is able to take that second round in a fight where there's only 2 rounds in this fight. This isn't a 3-rounder. This is a 2-round fight. However, in karate combat, there is no split decisions and there is no draws. So if there's ever a split decision or a draw, they go to another sudden death round. And after that second round, you can hear the crowd chanting, "Uno más." They want one more round.
Third round.
They say uno más?
Yeah, I think so. Uno más. You got to go uno más.
They were absolutely loving this, and so was I.
We have one more.
We go to a third and final round, but this time they cut it short. They cut it down to 1 minute, and Ben Armstrong was able to land big shot after big shot after big shot and was able to edge More Light and take the win. But here's where things also get funny, because after that third round, you know, the crowd loved it so much, they were chanting "Uno más" again after that third and final round.
If you can't
Like I said, this is probably the greatest influencer fighting event I have ever seen, and I hope they do it again because I want to see more. Shout out to the IFC for making these matchups and putting on these fights, and shout out to Karate Combat for allowing them to do this because this was fun to watch. And of course, shout out to the 10 fighters that were able to get in there and put it all on the line for our entertainment. It was a great event, and I hope to see more in the future.